At first glance, Oak Island, a small, unassuming island off the southern coast of Nova Scotia, Canada, seems anything but extraordinary. But when we take a closer look, we find that more than 50 books have been written about the island, that it has attracted the interest of famous historical figures, and that it has become the focus of countless documentaries. But why is this so? Well, the truth is that the Tranquil Island has been suspected of hiding a legendary treasure for over 200 years. The legend of the mysterious gold mine has attracted countless trackers and provided endless material for speculation and theories. Brothers Rick and Marty Lagina have also always been fascinated by the sparkling treasure myth. But what is the true secret of Oak Island? And how did the Lagina brothers manage to uncover something almost unbelievable that all other treasure hunters have overlooked? Let's dive into this gripping topic together and get to the bottom of Oak Island's treasure. But before we get started, have you ever heard of an ancient treasure that was rediscovered centuries later? Leave us a like and a subscribe, and tell us about it in the comments. The most exciting and informative comments will receive a heart and be pinned at the top. Birth of a myth. Before Oak Island was settled by Europeans in 1605, it served as the home to the Micmac Indians. Then in the late 18th century, in 1795 to be exact, was born the legend of the treasure that still holds so many people spellbound. As the lore goes, 16-year-old lumberjack Daniel McGinnis stumbled across a round, man-made depression in the ground. Not far from the pit, the teenager came across some rope remnants and a branch adorned with strange notches. To track down his discovery, he informed his two friends, John Smith and Anthony Vaughn, who willingly joined the adventure. First, the three friends shoveled some slates free, which was quite unusual since they did not exactly exist on the island. Since the trio then found themselves in the middle of a hard layer of clay, further excavations proved to be much more difficult. However, at a depth of 3 meters, the youngsters came across a row of wooden logs that someone had carefully laid and anchored in the walls of the pit. Underneath, however, there was unfortunately nothing but earth, and the second layer of logs, which lay dormant at a depth of 9 meters, also revealed only the natural clay soil. And even though the miners then moved away unsuccessfully, they did not give up so quickly. A few years later, John Smith bought the land and the mysterious shaft was again examined. In the process, the men came across a bundle of rotting coconut fibers that most likely did not originate in Canada. The most significant clue again lurked 30 meters below the surface, a large slate slab containing a multitude of cryptic characters. The group decided to take the slab with them and continue digging the following day. However, the next morning, they were shocked to find that the pit had filled with water. And since all attempts to lower the water level with a pump came to nothing and, moreover, money was scarce, the story of the alleged pirate treasure was initially forgotten for decades. Theories and speculations. But what could the treasure be in detail? Are we possibly dealing with a massive chest overflowing with sparkling pirate gold? Some people think the jewels of Marie Antoinette might be hidden here, and others suspect that the secret manuscripts that prove that Francis Bacon was the real mastermind behind William Shakespeare's works are hidden there. That there must be something to the treasure story is shown by the extraordinary finds that have come to light over the years. These include the anchor that William Chappell tracked down in the tunnel in the late 1920s and a 250-year-old Acadian axe. In addition, the searchers found parts of an oil lamp and a miner's pick. But a question of why all these artifacts were found in one and the same place is left aside. Why would anyone have chosen Oak Island, of all places, to bury treasure? Well, we will get the answer to this question if we put the legend in historical context. Wars and pirates. On the one hand, many wars and conflicts occurred at the time of the island discovery, including the 7 Years' War in North America. Thus, it could be that some people fled to Oak Island to escape the bloody battles. So those who wanted to hide their riches away from the battlefields and keep themselves safe found a perfect location here. But also, the pirates must not remain unmentioned in the treasure theories. Accordingly, the golden age of pirates is dated to the period between 1690 and 1730. Small islands like Oak Island were ideal for hiding booty and stocking up on essential supplies like wood and water. Prominent treasure hunters. Now, if you think that the treasure of Oak Island only attracted the broad, anonymous population, you've got another thing coming. That's how a certain Franklin D. Roosevelt in 1909 decided to join Captain Henry Bowdoin's expedition and get to the bottom of the myth. In fact, Roosevelt's interest did not wane even after elected President of the United States. He is said to have followed the developments of the treasure hunt for the rest of his life. But if we now turn the wheel of time forward a few decades, we encounter the Lagina brothers mentioned at the beginning. So Rick and Marty spent many years trying to uncover the secrets of the island, and although they made little progress at first, their recent expeditions seem to have taken an unexpected turn. What's more, the brothers have chalked up some significant recent discoveries on Oak Island that open the door to uncovering the hidden treasure wider than ever before. Sensational discoveries. In fact, Rick and Marty have dreamed of recovering the legendary treasure since they were children. Then, in 2006, they decided to sacrifice their entire daily lives for this exciting endeavor. So the siblings bought 50% of the Oak Island Tour Company, which included both the land on the island and all the treasure found there. In the process, the treasure hunters' activities were to be captured on film as part of the reality show The Curse of Oak Island and shown to an interested audience of millions. In 2014, the first sensation followed. The Lagina brothers tracked down a Spanish coin from the 17th century. True to the motto, where there's one coin, the others can't be far, the two pushed their efforts further and further. But instead of coming across an exuberant treasure of coins, they first recorded another no less astonishing find, a sword that possibly dates back to Roman times. If this is indeed the case, it would mean that the Romans set foot on American soil thousands of years ago. Accordingly, the treasure of Oak Island could be much older and much more valuable than previously thought. Exciting tracks. Look at the Lagina brothers' other breathtaking finds shows that it is probably only a matter of time before the treasure mystery is finally solved. However, the discoveries made so far can only give us a taste of the hidden riches, but also reveal a lot about the island and its historical visitors. For example, they tracked down a precious jeweled brooch near Daniel McGinnis's former home. So did the original explorers perhaps find more than they admitted? Further, at the western end of the island, the treasure hunters stumbled upon two 14th century blacksmith's tools. The team recognized in the objects evidence of intense mining on the island. Oak Island and the Knights Templar. One of the most famous finds Marty and Rick made was a human bone. The extraordinary thing, analysis revealed that the piece of bone belonged to a person from the Middle East. How could this have gotten to Oak Island? And why was it even buried there is an unsolved mystery. Marty linked this enthralling discovery to the legendary Knights Templar. What at first sounds like a foolhardy claim was given a sound basis by the discovery of a coin bearing the Templar cross. If one follows the brothers' account, the Templars amassed a vast wealth in the Middle Ages, which was stored in fortresses throughout Europe. Against the background of the coin find, it is conceivable, they say, that the legendary treasure of the Knights Templar lies dormant somewhere on Oak Island. The unique cross recovered on the island also seems to support this thesis. Alternative approaches, however, see in it not a classic Templar cross, but a representation of the Punic goddess Tanitsi. A question of time. Have the Lagina brothers found the mysterious treasure of Oak Island? No. Are they most likely on the verge? Yes. Accordingly, the team lowered a sonar device into a shaft that had been drilled back in the 1970s. At a depth of over 70 meters, the equipment revealed an underground chamber. But that's not all. The collected data proved that the chamber has a rectangular shape and also houses two medium-sized, also rectangular objects. As if this wasn't exciting enough, The team also discovered 2 suspected tunnels, one of which could actually lead to the hidden money pit. Only time will tell whether the treasure hunters will ultimately come across the riches of Francis Drake, the treasure of the Templars, the war chest of the British, or the lost manuscripts of Sir Francis Bacon. In conclusion, we can only hope that the Curse of Oak Island is just an eerie myth. According to this legend, 7 people must die before the treasure can be found. So far, 6 people were supposed to die in the hunt for the treasure. So guys, and now we're curious about your opinion. So do you think the Lagina brothers will find the treasure of Oak Island? And if yes, what will they find in detail? We are looking forward to your comments. Show us with a thumbs up and a subscription that you liked our video. And with that, thanks for watching. Take care and see you next time.